Hey, everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you Season 2 of What the Dice. This season is all Shadowrun, my friends, and that means before we bring in the main crew, we're going to run some collabs to give you guys a feel and to give you something that's going on behind the scenes. So I'm going to introduce you to our runners. So, which one of y'all want to start first?
Yeah, I'll take it away. Hi, I'm Jeff, the GM of the Big Campaign Podcast. I will be playing Midas, the Golden Troll Shadowrunner. Is there a better term for a hacker that I should use? Let's see here.
Decker?
Yeah, I am the Golden Troll Decker, here to help the party get the job done.
Can take it away after that. I'm Josh. I kind of run the show over at Metagaming. We also go by Rum Propelled Gaming, but you can find us just about anywhere you can get a podcast. But my character for here is going to be Kyber Bloot, a dwarf, and I'm blanking on the city that you told me earlier, but I didn't write that one down here. But my street name would be KY Jelly, and I'm a street doc.
I'm Sean. I'm a player on Big Campaign Podcast, and I'm playing an Oni ninja type character named Seance because it's so close to my name.
I'm Marshall. I'm also from the Big Campaign Podcast, and I am playing Copperfield, a gnome spellcaster.
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language. Sex. Violence. Drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
Thank you for calling the Miratova Travel Agency, where we make your travel dreams become travel realities. We're sorry, but all agents are currently with other callers. Your call and dreams are important to us. Please stay on the line and an agent will be with you in a moment. Miratova Travel Agency, a subsidiary of Horizon Group.
Are you looking to spend your time shopping in the world's most beautiful malls that overlook the sparkling white cliffs of the Golden City? Perhaps you'd like to go sailing or find a cruise on the ever-sprawling docks with the finest, freshest markets. Maybe you want to spend your time in private VTOLs and enjoy the city that is known for its skyscrapers and sunsets that shimmer like no other off the world's renowned white cliffs. Enjoy a stroll downtown where you can see clean streets and shops of all types for every kind of person. Find unique gifts for your loved ones or that special someone in your life in one of our many privately owned shops. And make sure while you're there to tune in to the Golden City Broadcasting Company and hear the voice of the well-known and forever loved Edward Light, making the news that much more enjoyable while you stay. The Golden City, where you can do just about anything.
We are sorry, all agents are still busy. Please press 1 to leave a callback number. Miratova Travel Agency, making your travel dreams become travel realities. Goodbye.
To get you guys into the world that you're in. So, I believe 3 of you are in the Golden City. And 1 of you, the One, will be at the airport. What we're going to do is we're going to start out with bringing you to the contact, the Johnson. So we are going to start with your connections with your fixer and getting you there. I'm just going to go right off the list of my collabs. So Jeff, you are first. It is a chilly spring morning in the Golden City. The city itself is fairly quiet this time of day, as most of the wage slaves have gotten into their vehicles and have either made their way to their place of work or are stuck in some form of traffic. So, tell us what your character looks like and what they're doing.
Yeah, Midas walks out onto the street. He's got on an amalgamation of sweatshirts. So imagine at some point these are probably 5 different ones, but now they've all been sewn together to create one really big, comfy one, especially for a 9-foot-tall golden troll. I've got the sweet blind sunglasses, my white mohawk, I'm wearing some basketball shorts, but I am ready to get this day started. As we're at the airport, correct?
You are at your apartment,
Okay.
starting out your day. So you have not gotten a call from your fixer. It is just kind of you starting your day as you normally would.
Okay, great. Yeah, I poured some some kibble, some bachelor chow into a bowl. I've got my sweatshirt, which has a big picture of the saving squid on it. A long since closed market that nobody really uses anymore. But I am waiting for that call. As I look outside and I start watching just some early morning cartoons.
As your early morning cartoons play, your deck actually, which acts as your comm link, beeps. Then you get a text message from your fixer. It's a voice call request.
Yeah, I'll look at it a little bit odd. Voice call? Who does that? All right. I'll accept.
Your fixer pops up and you could see his cam's on, but he doesn't realize it's on. You could see his office is kind of a mess. It looks like he is in the back of a pawn shop or something like that. He working his quote-unquote normal job. And he is staring at his comlink with this strange bewilderment. He looks over and he jumps for a second.
Midas, hey, so I got a job for you. Johnson won't give his name. He's asking for some angels. So I know you don't work pro bono, but the guy's saying that there's gonna be a payout, and it's enough to retire on. I don't know. I've tried looking this guy up, and there ain't a name to it. I'm just getting some coordinates, just outside the docks.
All right. That color me intrigued.
Yeah, so normal 10% cut, as per usual. He says he wants to meet you, and he's already got people he's contacting, and he wants to meet you at dusk. Over by the docks, outside the docks, by some big rock that has some graffiti on it. I think it's like over where, the wage slaves keep their tiny boats. People go fishing there all the time. I will shoot you the pin that was sent to me.
All right. Yeah, 10%. Standard usual. Sounds good.
Hey, so, yeah. Man, watch your back on this one. Something don't feel right, but at the same time, when someone's asking for an angel, sometimes that means there's something big going on.
All right. Yeah. I'm always safe. You know that.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I'll try to catch him before he hangs up, and I'll be like, hey, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
What did the egg say to the frying pan?
Can I just give you like 10 million not to do the joke, or am I stuck with this?
All right, I'll take 10 million.
You hear a beep on your comlink as 10 million is transferred over.
Awesome. And yeah, I'll let him hang up as I go back to my cereal.
Okay, so your normal cartoons are playing. You see a couple commercials for some new TV shows that are coming on, movies, things of that nature. As your day progresses, Marshall, you are next up on my list.
Copperfield will get out of bed, stretch as a gnome. Might look like a child just crawling out of a nest of blankets, but he is anything but a child. He heads to his closet, gets on his suit, While he looks at himself in the mirror, draws on a little goatee.
I'm sorry, did you just say you draw on a goatee?
Yes, with makeup.
Okay. I didn't expect that.
As he can't grow facial hair of his own.
Okay, that's fair. Just didn't expect you to draw on a goatee. Like, how good does he draw it on? Is it just he's done this ever since he was a adult, so it's got that kind of look to it, like stubble?
Yeah,
or...
he doesn't. It makes it. It's not like a Sharpie, more of just kind of a faded looking goatee. So if the Stark, where it's separated at the sides, so it's not a full circle. If you're glancing at him, like, oh, it's a short man with facial hair. Sorry, did I throw you?
Nope, I just didn't expect that. But all right, cool. Rolling with the punches today. Yeah.
After getting dressed up, he goes and makes himself a pot of coffee and turns on the radio.
On the radio, you hear the normal Golden City Broadcasting jazz station. It is the primary station of the city. Coming from the center of the city is the Golden Broadcast Tower itself, which is also houses all of the government offices. As you listen, you hear Edward Light signing off for the morning, as he always does.
Well, well, my friends, don't forget, the sun is up, the day is short, and enjoy. Be safe, be good, and I will see you tonight.
The radio clicks back over to the normal jazz as your comm beeps and buzzes on your table.
I'll reach over to my comm and pick it up.
On the name, you see Juno Stone, and that is your fixer.
I will answer and say, Mr. Stone.
Juno shakes their head.
Are you now just getting up? It's past dawn. You know I normally send you work right at dawn.
Dressed. I got my face made up. What's up?
Well, besides the normal crappy jobs that runners find in the Golden City, something came across my desk, and it's a biggin.
Again?
Someone is looking for an angel. I don't have deets. I got coordinates. But this isn't the normal asking for an angel on Shadow.net. This was sent directly for me with your name attached.
So specifics.
Yeah, well, when someone's looking for an angel, sometimes your contacts give out your name. So it looks like whoever needs the angel looks like they're looking for someone that can drive.
That is definitely something I can do. Where is this located?
It looks like they're asking for dusk, and you know the old dock that people drop off their fishing boats over by the main docks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just outside King's District. That's where they're asking people to meet. Looks like they got 2 other runners on the list already. I'm not sure who you're running with. It just says 4 runners, angel job. And it says guaranteed pay, but they're not telling us what.
Don't like not knowing what, but give me the information and I'll scope it out.
All right, dropping you your pin. Yeah, don't forget, 10%.
Yeah.
They nod. All right, stay safe. Remember, stick to the shadows.
Will do. Thank you, Stone.
Yeah.
And I will sip my coffee while I look over the information.
Okay. As you look over that information, the scene kind of does that quick flash of light as we watch as stepping off of a single prop plane is this orc or an one.
Single prop?
Single prop.
So it's just me and the pilot?
Yep.
What time of day is it?
It is.
It's early morning?
It's early morning. The airport that you've landed at is close enough to the docks where you can smell that putrid fish and oil smell that every trading dock in the world seems to have. off to the north, you see the Golden City. Your fixer had sent you a message as well as the plane ticket to get you here. The accommodations that you were given were not the best. You have probably been on about 4 different planes since you had left Neo Tengoku.
All right, I'm looking down at my comm, looking over the to see any details of the mission.
It seems as if the mission information just gives a set of coordinates and a map drop. You know Golden City enough. You've been here probably a couple of times doing some wet work, that you know that you'll be in King's District, one of the mobsters in the area, but you'll be just outside his district. Looks like you've got a couple of hours to either find or acquire, in whichever way you choose to do, a place to stay. You do have a safe house in the area, but usually you have to give the people that rent it about a week's notice to clear out.
Okay. Is there and there's no mention of pay in the message?
Nope, it just says that they need an angel job done. There is guaranteed pay, and whoever took the time to get your fixer's contact also seemed to do the process to get you to the Golden City in the most untrackable way possible, because nobody cares about single props.
Right on. Yeah, I thought that might be. I think my mind immediately went to Cover of Night, but I was like, no, this has got to be like Ass Crack of Dawn. Yeah, flying in on the airfield.
Yep.
All right. Well, shit, this better be worth it. What's the situation as far as vehicles go here?
As you are looking around, you hear the click of something as you look back, and it seems as if this prop plane was just big enough to hide your bike.
Woot!
The pilot that's there is slowly rolling the motorcycle back, being as careful as he can not to scratch, dent, or damage any way this very expensive bike.
I will stand there stoically while they do it as I flick through my messages.
There are a couple more messages that you see. You see that there's your comlink is uploading into the network that's here in the Golden City, connecting with the grid link, giving you the traditional ads that always pop up when you come to the Golden City. Don't forget, you can tour the Golden City Broadcasting Tower and meet Edward Light, host and star. There's several other ads running for the normal, soy bucks that's in the area, stuffer shacks, the normal integration that whenever you enter a big city gets you. For the most part, you've had this comlink set up to where there's the initial catch of everything, and then it'll slowly clear out over the next 20 minutes or so.
All right. I guess I also didn't ask, or I hope I didn't miss, if you said if they mentioned other runners in the job, if I was supposed to meet anyone anywhere, because you just said it had the location of the job.
It does
Right.
state that there were other runners selected, but it doesn't give names or anything.
Okay. So I'll probably head down to scope out the job spot, see what's
Okay.
going on.
All right, so while you do that, we will jump to our last runner. Kepler, what are you doing right now?
I'm probably rolling out, if it's crack of dawn, rolling out of some sort of box that was set up the night before to do street repairs on people on the side of the street for any of their tech or cyberware. And I'm looking around, breathing with what little little actual body parts I have left, and organs that I'm required to have. To taking a look around to see where I ended up from the night before.
As you look around, you recognize this alley as it's an alley you've been in enough times to know it's a fairly safe area. You're near the you are just on the outside of Flame Raven's territory. This is kind of a neutral zone that both the Golden City Guard and the Flame Ravens have kind of stated this is the line. The guards don't enter their territory, and the Ravens keep out of security's way as much as they can. As you are slowly standing up, you can see a very familiar Natarki, so a very hairy dwarf, standing in the alleyway. Their suit is black pressed. Their mirrored shades are on, and they are just staring at that box, looking at their watch and lightly tapping their foot.
Oi.
Look, hey, word got round. Apparently, somebody wants you for a job.
Yeah.
And you still owe a lot of money to a lot of people.
Yeah? That's it sounds like you found the guy. You need some parts fixed?
Not fixed. It looks like they need an angel. I told them they had the wrong person for this, but no. This Johnson is asking for you by name. So it's either somebody you owe a lot of money to, or someone that knows that you can get the job done.
Well, it sounds like a bad deal, but what choice do I got, I guess? Wait, you got any details?
Well, you're gonna go over to the docks, so you're gonna be in king territory, so keep your head down. They say that they're gonna pay, but they won't tell anyone anything past that. I have thrown my weight around, I have thrown the organization's weight around, I have thrown everything I can, and no, won't say. They say that they're gonna make sure you get paid, but it doesn't look like they are gonna tell anyone anything.
Well, and as well-fed as you look, it looks like you've been throwing a good bit of weight around, so I guess I'll take this deal. I ain't got much weight left to me, so I gotta do something to get the food. Get the rations. I forget what they're called.
Ration, like you can get rations, you can get kibble. Soy is pretty cheap.
There we go.
Like it is.
Gotta make that space bread.
Yeah, like space bread. Amir nods, turns, gets into the limo, and it pulls away. A few seconds later, your comlink beeps with the location drop.
I would immediately just flatten the box and trudge off towards the location to scout it out from afar before even approaching.
So, runners that are in that area. So we have Science and Kay heading to that area. Midas and Copperfield, would you like to head out there early as well?
Yes, I would like to head out there early.
Okay. And Midas?
Yeah, I'm going to finish my episode of Blade Chummers. It's my favorite morning cartoon. It's about shark samurai that are also accountants. But they've got about 3 episodes in a row. I'm going to leave at the end of the 3rd episode when the credits start. But, of course, during commercials, I'm gathering my skateboard. I'm getting my stuff ready. I'm not going to show up unprepared, but I'm not going to miss an episode of Blade Chummers.
Yeah, because your recording software just doesn't cut it. Just like you want to be there first thing in the morning, eating that sugary soy cereal and, like the good old days.
Exactly.
Was it on where it was the beginning of the Hammerhead saga, like it is every single time you seem to catch the show? It's always the goddamn Hammerhead saga.
Yeah, no, they're always going to finish it in 5 episodes, and I'm almost there. I just need to catch it next week, but,
Hey, everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you the mid-roll of Season 2. Now, mid-roll, it's a little weird, I know. You You guys have never heard this for us before, something new we're trying. So bear with us, it may change. But this is where I'm going to come and tell you a little bit about what we got going on behind the scenes. Now, if you want constant updates of what we've got going on, you can head on over to our Discord, or you can head on over to our Patreon, www.patreon.com/whatthedice. And we've got 2 tiers. Each tier has its own benefits and bonuses and all that, both of which get their own special area in our Discord. And all of them get a special thank you. So I want to thank our Patreon subscriber, Lady Lumi. Thank you so much for helping us support this show. It is a labor of love, and for the last 3 years it's been all out of pocket. And now we are asking to help cover those bills and keep the lights on. Also in these mid-rolls, I'll tell you a little bit about what we got planned, as well as promos for friends. Speaking of promos, sit back. I got one for you right here.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No,
It's a
I'm
scam.
trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
A horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
summary execution,
And I pull out my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
So if you want to catch them, head on over to the description. I'll have a link to their show there. That's it. That's the mid-roll. Thank you so much for staying with us, and enjoy the rest of the episode. And of course, may the dice gods bless your every roll. So, Kepler, Marshall, and Sean, you arrive at the location, and it is a foresty area, not super overgrown. There are families that are sitting there at the ocean side, spending the day, enjoying the sun and the waves. You can still hear the sounds of industry and trade just a few, well, probably about a mile away, to be honest. This area has been secured, and buoys are sent out every morning and locked in place, so people know where it is safe to swim. The 3 that are there, let us get our first roll of the Colab. Let's get a perception check. So we got Kay with six successes and Copperfield with 2 successes. And then I just need Sean's roll. You see, in 4 successes. So none of you critically failed, so you were able to look around, and KY has the most successes. So as you are looking around, you see these 2 other clearly runners standing in off to the side, kind of behind trees, behind rocks, trying to kind of be stealthy but look like they belong. in the Golden City, the runner look is pretty popular thanks to a game show called Shadow Core. So there's everyone's favorite runners, well, quote-unquote runners, that are running for prizes of money and scholarships and all the other manners of things. So seeing someone dressed as a runner is pretty common.
How would you describe a typical runner look? It's not a uniform.
No, most runners have a armored clothing. The generic stuff that you would see from the Shadow Core show has the quote-unquote armoring, but it's usually some kind of foam core. From a distance, a skilled runner can tell the difference between an armored jacket and this generic...
Well, it's a camera-used prop.
Yeah. So it's also the way runners hold themselves. There's this underlining... You kind of always have your eye over your shoulder because you never know who or what is watching you.
And I'm assuming that's me at this point.
Right.
And what am I seeing? Or as in like the two runners? Which two runners am I seeing? I guess
you are seeing Copperfield, who is a gnome. So you see something that is very short, but has the gear that is designed for them. And then you also see a very tall One, which is a orc that is the black-skinned...
Red.
Red-skinned, I'm sorry. Red-skinned One. After a few moments, you kind of all realize what you're all here for, because you're all at the same generic coordinates. And it's very odd, because as you look around, all three of you see a campsite. And not a modern campsite. You see a lean-to that is made from the local trees and branches. You see an old-style campsite that has been cleaned up a little bit. And you see what looks like a couple of tree stumps that have been set out to act as a place to meet. I will let you guys take it from here. You are all kind of you all kind of see each other.
I would be set up a little ways away, probably of looking down the scope, notice them beforehand, but you would hear and see coming down a ridge or some sort of high ground nearby, announcing themselves, "Oi, it seems like you're all here for the contract too."
I'll look up and see who's talking to me.
And you see a dwarf that is, what was the term that you'd called it? Chromed out, with two arms and so both arms and both legs, probably up to the shoulders and to the hips at the very least, replaced, and otherwise sporting a scruffy appearance, like they haven't bathed or washed in a very long time, maybe because they can't afford it.
Dwarven torso with a bunch of shiny limbs.
Yeah, and coming and with a decently sized barrel over their shoulder coming down the ridge.
I'm gonna glance around and see who else may have heard him say that as I move closer.
Both Sean and Marshall would have heard him talking, so you kind of now realize that you're all kind of in the same area.
Yeah.
Have any of you checked out this lean-to, this shelter?
Not yet.
I'd try to look around it.
Yeah, I'm not quite looking up from my phone yet. Did the message say how many runners are we missing? Are I missing one?
You are missing one currently.
And how close are we getting to the job time?
It's about mid-afternoon, so probably 3:30. Runtime, meet time is supposed to be about 6 p.m. So you got about 2.5 hours before.
Okay.
Well, I like that your minds think alike. At least that we've all established we should check out this shady shit. you guys get the same dwarf call asking you to come around, or is it different people for y'all?
I've got my own guy.
Oh, fancy.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My name's Kepler, and he sticks out his hand. Well, what there is of his hand. A shiny metal thing.
I'll inspect it briefly before taking it in my own. Saying Copperfield.
Squeeze a little bit more than is necessary. Nice to meet you, Copperfield.
It doesn't take much. When I pull my hand back, I shake it. Pleasure.
And you, big lad?
I'm just here for the job.
Oh, we're not trading names then, I see how it is.
Seance.
Nice to meet you, Seon. Like I said before, Kepler.
Do you look like a gunner dude?
Yeah, chromed out like I was saying too, and otherwise very scraggly.
Nice.
Too to say, and he was sticking his hand out to shake. Not sure if you're taking it or not, but
I'll pause, and then I'll kneel down to shake.
As you all are exchanging names and whatnot, Midas, you are now coming off of the sidewalk, probably having your favorite tunes playing in your ears, as you now step off your skateboard and are now having to trudge through the semi-long grass that has been mostly forgotten by the landscaping companies because no one ever walks this way, as you start to make your way towards the indicated spot on your deck. And can I get a perception check from you?
Absolutely. So I have 3 successes.
3 successes. You were able to at least spot a very tall One standing there, seeming very stoic, mildly out of place because of the way they hold themselves. Golden City runners tend to be kind of distinct because the Golden City doesn't have a lot of runners. Most of them are retired and are living the good life. What would you like to do? You at least see this Oni just staring at their phone.
Yeah, this sounds fun. So, yeah, I'll walk towards skateboard in hand because I can't skate through this tall grass. Oi, oi!
I'll look up.
What you guys doing?
No one else.
Is this your place?
What? No.
The camp. You live here?
Well, that seems rather rude, but no.
Wait, what's wrong with this place? It looks fancy enough to me.
It doesn't have a TV. Point is, Gemmas, are you guys all runners?
I am if I have to be. I don't like to run real fast, though.
You the fourth?
And I'll put my arms all the way out. That's me, Midas, baby.
What are we seeing as Midas, if I might ask? Because I don't think I've had that.
You're looking at a 9-foot-tall troll wearing an amalgamation of sweatshirts all sewn together, holding a skateboard. You can tell he uses way too much bronzer. At this point, his skin's almost golden, with a white mohawk, those sweet shutter blind sunglasses, and a basketball shorts to a sports team, which doesn't exist anymore, and a pair of sandals.
I just picked up a shirt from a corner store the other day that was selling Seattle Supersonic sweaters. I was super close to buying one. Anyway.
But first, so we all can all get acquainted, what did the hurricane say to the island? I'm sure you know this one already, little guy. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to look up from my phone, and my eyes are going to dart back and forth a little bit, like I'm actually giving this thought. And I'll say, aye.
Move.
Good guesses. But no, it said, I've got my eye on you.
Oh,
And I'll put my hand out to shake.
I take it right up the dwarf, Kuiper, and I shake it mightily. I think we'll get along right good.
Kuiper? All right. Little guy, what do you got?
I'll grab your finger to shake. Name's Copperfield.
Nice, I dig it. And then I'll look over at this Oni.
I'm wearing a like a brightly colored windbreaker, and I got a giant mop of black hair. And yeah, I'll lean forward to shake. Seance. I was close.
Oh, yeah. No. I'll change the joke next time. If it's a pirate, you got it.
As you guys are sitting and building the camaraderie that only runners can build, you hear the sounds of footsteps in the long grass. And coming from the dock side, where King's territory begins, you see an old man. Those who live in the Golden City recognize him as that creepy beach bum that lives by the docks. Everyone always sees him fishing and eating the fish that he catches. He never has Nuyen or script and never asks for it. He walks up and sits down on one of the stumps as he looks up. His eyes are tired and his skin is just not necessarily hanging off his bones, but you can definitely tell age has not been too kind to him.
Well, me friends. It seems as if my message has been sent out to the right ones. Please, sit. We have much to discuss and not a lot of time to discuss it in.
I'm going to lean over to Seance after hearing this guy and seeing him and kind of whisper, it actually should be a captain. That's a way better joke. And then go back.
Yeah, I'll my mind will start whirring to formulate a response, and then I'll just get kind of irritated that I was distracted so easily. Look back to the old man.
Do we happen, any of us, to recognize him?
I'll come over and scramble up on a log and sit down in the circle too.
If you are a resident of the Golden City, so Kepler, Copperfield, and Midas would recognize him as that fishing beach bum that literally lives on the beach. All of his food is caught. He lives in some people don't even know where he lives. There's rumors that he lives underneath the dock. There's some people that rumor that he just actually is a bum from inside the city that was chased out when they did the re-urbanization. No one really knows where he stays, but it seems as if where you're standing is his current campsite. No one knows his name either. No one ever really talks to him because he is this old bum. Human.
He doesn't have a local. He doesn't have a local legend name.
No one seems to talk to him or talk about him. They just kind of.
They wouldn't know their name, but they would name them, right?
Yeah. So you might get the names like Old Man of the Sea, Old Man of the Beach.
Yeah.
A lot of people just call him Old Man because he is old. He's got not a scraggly beard, but a longer beard, bald at the top, and just has that tiredness to him that only age can give you.
Kuiper would would immediately take him up on the offer to take a sit, and I'm assuming he's gesturing towards chairs of some sort, and just sloddle on over and plop down. What we talking about, old man?
Well,
script involved. Good bit, actually.
Oh, you, Nguyen. Well, my friends. If we are talking Nguyen, I would rather discuss the job before I discuss the pay. As you see, I've come across something, or something needs to be brought somewhere else. It is being taken from point A to point B without being interrupted, and it needs to be interrupted. What do you runners call it? A milk run. I am offering payment for a milk run. It is a simple acquire a book and put it somewhere else. And if it is pay you runners require to seal the deal, I am offering 500,000 Nguyen each.
Oh. My eyes just kind of bulge out of my head for a second, and pull up my fingers and like count out loud for. Well, that might get me pretty well out of the large portion of my debt.
I'm gonna look over at Midas and I'll say, "What's the answer to that joke?"
Yeah, he'll kind of stop and. Well, I don't think it's a joke. I mean, this soggy chiphead over here has got us for a deal, right? He's calling in for an angel. I'm gonna pull out like a small Ziploc baggie of my cinnamon soy crunch and pass it down to everybody else who's sitting while we're hanging out. And it sounds too easy for a milk run. There's got to be something more to this, old man.
We get no info first?
Well, I can tell you what the job entails, but only if you accept it. That's not how it works. I've told you that is a book that needs to be acquired and put somewhere else. A simple run.
I'm already in. Well, I got much worse though.
Yeah. For 500,000, I'll be in.
The old man looks at Midas and then over at Seance.
And what do you two say?
Aye.
Fuck it.
He nods.
Well, there is a transport truck coming into the Golden City tonight, late night, when the sun is gone and the gods themselves have gone into their quieter modes. It is a truck that will be redirected outside of the urban zone. I don't want anyone to know what's going on, so there will be a road accident that will close down one of the roads. You'll be looking for a transport from the Red Thorn Transport Company. There will be many items in there, but there's one that I require to be put somewhere else. It is an old book bound by steel and leather. That book will be in a black box, old in wood, sealed with nails that are rusted and darkened with age. Acquire the book, and then there will be 2 places that I will require it to be. You can choose whichever. One will be a simple apartment of an Edward Light. Or 2, take it to the Golden City Broadcasting Tower. But the book and you, during the drop-off, cannot be seen. Acquiring the book, you can do whatever you wish. I don't believe the gods are of any significance to anything, but they are armed. I believe they are using the grid link so that they will know when there are accidents. This book cannot reach its original destination for it doesn't belong to that individual. What do you say, my friends?
Is murder acceptable? Or is this a smash and grab?
You can handle it however you wish. I only wish for that book to end up in Edward Light's possession.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure in case, there was an accident or something.
I believe with runners, there's no such thing as an accident. I believe everything is planned in some way, shape, or form. But, me friend.
Well, then you're not as oblivious as you look, old man.
He gives a wild smile, something that anyone that has seen a lot of war would have. It is clear he is not uncomfortable with the idea of someone meeting their end. I do have some information on the location of the apartment in which Edward Light resides. And as all know, Edward Light broadcasts only at night. So, does this sound like something you full can do?
I'll look over at Copperfield. Like they say on Blade Jumpers, we'll get it Poseidon. Right, old man? Yeah, he knows. He gets it.
We'll get it done.
I'm with those fellas.
Greek mythology is canon?
Yes.
I give you a small smile.
Gotta keep track of these things.
Yes. The predominant religion in the Golden City is Nordic, but Greek is well known. It's like the close second.
Oh, okay. Are these space Nordics or native Earth Nordics?
Native Earth Nordics.
Okay, cool.
The old man slowly stands.
I have your contacts, and once the job is done, your money will be delivered.
One quick question, old man. It seems we've got a time frame on this accident. About what are we looking at here? From when the accident is targeted, from when this grid link thing lets the gods know and send in backup.
No. You misunderstand it, my friends. The grid link will be hacked remotely from one of my contacts, and they will make the grid link show that there is an accident. The accident that must occur is that with the box truck, in which you must do.
That is much clearer now. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we can stop a truck.
Now the only follow-up question, I guess, is that location you're talking about, where what street this accident is going to be happening on.
I will be redirecting them. Well, my contact will be redirecting them from Main and 32nd, and they will send them northward, heading them up through the higher districts, so that they go through Cliffside and Valley View. From there are no civilians around. There are no spying eyes to be seen. You should be clear to do what you need to do.
And what are the distance to either of the drop points from there?
Edward Light lives in the Cliff District, which shouldn't be too hard to get through if you have some kind of plan or disguise or something. The Golden City Broadcasting Tower is in the center of the city. That would be a greater challenge for a runner to get into, as you would be having to cut through not only City Hall, but the main focus of the Golden City, God and Paladins. But I am not here to tell you how to do the job. I'm here to give you the job.
And I'm going to be looking around at the other runners at this to see what their reactions are.
By this point, I'm assuming the bag of cereal goods has made it to me, and I've made it a point to look around at everybody, make sure to offer them all again before I'm stuffing it all in my face as fast as possible. Because it seems like I haven't eaten in a while.
Sounds Arctic, old man Johnson.
Well, Then I will leave you here to discuss what you wish. My friends, the moon is high. It's time for you to get going.
He nods as he slowly walks down towards the beach. As you look around, the moon isn't high. The sun is just now starting to lower underneath the city lights. And the city is starting to get its glow. It's probably only about 6:30. It's clear this old man might be a little insane. Give me a perception check, everyone.
4 successes.
4. All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, Marshall, you got 5. Oh, damn, KY, you are just...
The most perceptive.
Yeah, it's home runs or dropping the bat for you.
As the old man cuts down the river or down the hill and starts to kind of disappear into the crowds that are below, all of your comlinks ping. And there is a pending transfer of 500,000 nuyen to each of you.
Except for me, probably. It just goes minusing my debt to whoever's actually fronting this job for me.
No. Surprisingly, it is locked onto your account. You see the encryption that's on it is making it invisible to anyone else. It is money that will go into your pocket to do with as you please.
But when the system refreshes, the that money will fly out of that account promptly after that.
Yes.
Anyone feel like buying a yacht?
I got my yacht macro set up, so as soon as it goes through, get it, find that yacht.
Yeah, I'll look down at this and be like, man, I thought that old man was full of dreck. This is solid.
Yeah, I'll be given kind of the same look.
Definitely surprised.
So he is loaded, or he's a really good hacker.
Oh, crap. Did anybody ask him when this was going to happen? Is there a time clock that came in with that ping?
So you would also get a mission detail, which basically states that the only thing that is time sensitive is acquisition of the book. The quote unquote accident that will put the truck on a different trajectory, which will change what road it's on, is midnight tonight. So you have 6 hours to get to that road, which is only about a 45-minute drive away.
Ah, damn.
Okay. And that's where we destroyed the vehicle.
Yep. The very broad stroke mission profile that you have is the truck needs to be destroyed, or not destroyed, but needs to be stopped. The book that is in the back needs to be acquired, and then it needs to be dropped off to one of 2 destinations, the office or the apartment.
I like Eddie's apartment. We'll see how that goes.
As you all are looking over your mission dossiers, and I'm sure KY is mildly drooling at the idea of there's $500,000 or 500,000 nuyen sitting in his account waiting to be released.
I can finally get the torso.
The torso? What do you...
We will end this episode here.
You looking to transport something rare and exotic, and you don't have a lot of time to decide. Well, we here at Red Throne Transportation specialize in the transportation of rare and exotic goods, be it a Elden wine, an orc cigar, or that vintage rare book that you found that predates the first crash. We here at Red Thorn have highly trained individuals and specialized equipment to ensure that your product gets to where it needs to go, no matter the time, the place, or where. Red Thorn, taking the guesswork out of deliveries.
Hey everyone, Nightlin here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2. to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.